Close your eyes and listen to that sound. It is a low-frequency rumble that starts in the concrete foundation of a billion-dollar stadium and explodes into a roar that can be heard 3 miles away. It is the sound of absolute, unfiltered, collective hysteria. In the center of that bright green stage, 22 men are running. They are sweating. They are bleeding. They are chasing a piece of inflated leather. And in the stands, a man who cannot run a single mile without wheezing is jumping up and down, screaming, until the veins in his neck look like they are about to burst. He is crying real tears because his team just scored a point. This is the moment we need to talk about. This is the moment of the great neurological heist. You are looking at a global industry built on one simple, dirty secret. The human brain is a sucker. It is being tricked into feeling like a champion while the person owning that brain is actually sitting in a plastic chair losing at the game of life. And then there is you. You are the one standing in the kitchen, hearing the neighbors scream through the thin walls, and you feel absolutely nothing but a cold, clinical sense of detachment. You do not care about the draft. You do not care about the playoffs. You do not care about the legendary comeback that everyone will be talking about tomorrow. To the rest of the world, you are the weirdo. You are the buzzkill. You are the one who is missing the point of being human. But the truth is the exact opposite. You are the only one in the room who is not drunk on synthetic dopamine. You are the only one who has not outsourced his soul to a corporate logo. We are going to open up the human skull today and look at the gears and the grease. We are going to see why the world is desperate for you to be a fan and why your refusal to play along is the most dangerous thing you can do to the system. You are not broken. You are just awake in a world of sleepwalkers who have forgotten how to win their own battles. Think about the last time you were trapped at a family barbecue or a corporate happy hour when the game was on the big screen. Someone asks you what you think about the latest trade or the catastrophic injury to a star player, and you give that honest, awkward answer. I do not really follow sports. Notice the look they give you. It is not just confusion. It is a flicker of genuine judgment. In that precise moment, you are paying the social tax. Every tribe on this planet has a tax you must pay to stay in the circle of the herd. In the modern world, that tax is paid in the currency of your attention and your emotional labor. By not caring about the score, you are committing a social crime of indifference. You are announcing to the tribe that you do not share the collective hallucination that makes a city feel united. They hate you because your indifference acts as a mirror. When you do not care, you are forcing them to see the absurdity of their own obsession. You are reminding them that they just spent 4 hours of their finite human life screaming at a glowing rectangle, while their own bank accounts are stagnant and their own bodies are decaying in real time. They hate you because you are a walking reminder that the spectacle is optional. You are the Martian at the dinner table, but that Martian status is your armor. By refusing to pay the social tax, you are keeping your emotional capital for yourself. You are not a cog in their machine. You are a sovereign entity. You are the person who does not need a stadium to tell you when to feel alive. While the herd is chasing a scoreboard, you are chasing your own reality. You are the person who understands that a jersey is just a piece of polyester designed to make you feel like you belong to something that would not even notice if you died tomorrow. Let us look at the laboratory results from the premotor cortex. Deep inside the architecture of your brain, there is a cluster of cells discovered by neuroscientists like Marco Iacoboni at the University of California, Los Angeles. These are the mirror neurons. Evolution gave them to us as a survival gift so that we could learn by watching others. When an ancient hunter saw a peer successfully strike a beast, his brain fired as if he were the one holding the spear. It was a beautiful tool for the transmission of skills and the survival of the species. But the modern world has turned this survival tool into a parasitic neurological trap. When you watch a professional athlete perform a feat of superhuman strength, your mirror neurons are being hacked by the screen. Your brain is literally being defrauded. It cannot distinguish between that athlete winning and you winning. You get the same rush. You get the same surge of vicarious dopamine. This is what we call the dopamine loophole. It is a biological forgery that allows the sedentary, the uninspired, and the stagnant to feel the rush of victory without the physical cost of the training. It is the fast food of achievement. It is a neurological counterfeit. The sports fan is a person who is living a life of stolen valor. They are consuming the sweat and the discipline and the pain of others because their own internal world is too hollow to create anything of value. This is why the system loves a fan. A fan is easy to satisfy and even easier to pacify. Give them a win on a Sunday, and they will be happy to slave away at a job they hate on a Monday morning. But because you do not care about the game, your brain is still hungry. You do not have a loophole to crawl through. If you want to feel like a winner, you actually have to go out and win in the real world. You are a biological purist in a world of synthetic highs. Your boredom with the game is actually the fuel for your own greatness, because you have nowhere else to get your fix. You have to build your own stadium because you refuse to sit in theirs. Now look at the bigger picture from a distance of 1,000 years. This is not just entertainment. This is a massive harvesting operation of human potential and male energy. 2,000 years ago, the Romans called it panem et circenses, bread and circuses. The elites knew that if you keep the mass of people fed with cheap grain and keep them distracted with violent games in the arena, they will never look at the corruption in the palace. They will never notice that their freedom is being traded for a temporary sense of security. Today, the arena is digital, and the games never stop for a single day. There is always another season. There is always another rivalry. There is always another controversy to debate on a podcast. Think about the billions of hours of human brainpower being wasted right now by men who know every statistic of a team that would not even pay their medical bills if they were dying. If that same energy and that same obsessive research and that same tribal loyalty were directed at the economy or the local laws or personal development, the entire structure of human society would shift in a single weekend. But the system does not want you to shift. It wants you in the stands. It wants you emotionally invested in a game that has zero impact on your actual life, so that you do not realize you are losing the real game of survival and status. You are being farmed for your attention. By opting out, you are reclaiming your power. You are taking your energy back from the heat sink of the spectacle. You are the one who is looking at the hands of the magician, while the rest of the world is staring at the rabbit in the hat. You are the one who realizes that the roar of the crowd is just white noise designed to drown out the sound of your own potential. You are the one who refuses to be a battery for a machine that produces nothing but noise. There is a specific kind of ego sickness that we need to dissect with a cold blade, and it is called BIRGing, basking in reflected glory. This was studied extensively by a man named Robert Cialdini in the year 1976. He noticed a strange phenomenon on university campuses. When the football team won, the students were significantly more likely to wear school apparel and use the word "we" to describe the victory. "We beat them," they would say. But when the team lost, the apparel disappeared and the language changed to "they lost." This is the classic behavior of an emotional parasite. It is a desperate and pathetic attempt to attach a fragile self-esteem to a winner because the internal world of the fan is empty. It is a way to borrow status you did not earn. If you need a group of strangers to win a championship for you to feel like a man, then you have already lost the only game that matters. The non-fan is someone who has realized that dignity cannot be bought with a ticket or a plastic cup of beer. You are building your pride on the bedrock of your own actions and your own results. You do not need a jersey with another man's name on the back to feel like you belong. You have your own name. You have your own mission. This makes you a threat to the predictable masses because you cannot be bought with a championship parade. You are developing a character while they are just adopting a brand identity. You are not a consumer of glory. You are the one who creates it from scratch. While the fan is fluctuating between the highs and lows of a scoreboard they cannot control, you are maintaining a stable and cold focus on the things you can control. You are a sovereign entity in a world of emotional addicts who do not even realize they are hooked on a simulation of achievement. The surgical cure for this mass madness is found in the ancient and cold logic of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius would look at a modern stadium and see a fever dream of misplaced value and wasted life. He would tell you that a man is only as big as the things he chooses to care about. If you care about a ball going through a hoop, your soul is effectively the size of that hoop. The Stoics taught that the only things that truly belong to us are our thoughts and our own deliberate actions. Everything else in the universe is a shadow. Sports fandom is the worship of shadows. It is the ultimate violation of the law of control. You are handing the keys to your happiness and your peace of mind to a 20-year-old kid who does not know you exist and would not care if you did. That is a form of voluntary insanity. The cure is to move from a spectator life to a participant life. It is a brutal trade, but it is the only one worth making. You take the 10 hours a week you used to spend watching the game, and the pre-game, and the post-game analysis, and you put it into your own craft. That is 520 hours in a single year. In 500 hours, a human being can become competent at almost any skill on this earth. You can build a side business, you can learn a new language, you can transform your physical body into a machine of performance. The non-fan has a massive and unfair competitive advantage over the rest of the population. While the world is shouting at the referee, you are reading a book. While they are mourning a loss on a Monday morning, you are practicing your craft. The silence of your life is not a void. It is a workspace where empires are built. You have realized that the only game with real stakes is the game of you. You are the athlete. You are the coach. You are the owner of your own destiny. You are no longer waiting for a whistle to tell you when to run. You are already running. One day, you will be lying on your deathbed and the lights of the world will be fading into a final grey. In that moment of absolute and terrifying clarity, do you honestly think you will care about who won the championship in the year 2024? Do you think you will care about the statistics of a man who retired decades ago and lived a life of luxury while you struggled in the stands? Of course you will not. You will care about the wins you secured for your own family. You will care about the mountains you climbed and the obstacles you broke with your own two hands. You will care about the legacy you built while the rest of the world was distracted by a ball and a whistle. The roar of the crowd is nothing but a distraction from the whisper of your own soul. The stadium lights are designed to be so bright that you can no longer see the stars. Do not let the noise drown out the only story that actually matters. The world is a theater of shadows, and the sports industry is the brightest and loudest shadow of all. You have looked behind the curtain now. You have seen the gears of the machine. You have realized that you were never meant to be a spectator in the stands. You were meant to be a force of nature on the field of your own life. Your indifference to the game is not a flaw. It is your ultimate liberation. The next time someone looks at you with pity because you do not know the score of the game, just smile a cold and knowing smile. They are still under the spell. They are still paying the tax. You are the one who is free. You are the one who is actually alive while they are just reacting to a screen. You are the one who has reclaimed his dopamine. You are the one who has reclaimed his life. This clinical observation is now complete. The world will keep screaming and the stadiums will keep growing and the billion-dollar machines will keep harvesting the dopamine of the masses. But you are now immune to the virus. You understand the heist. You understand the vicarious trap. You are a sovereign mind in a world of tribal drones. If you are the kind of person who demands reality over simulation and truth over comfort, then this laboratory is your home. We do not do entertainment here. We do not do comfort. We do only the cold and hard truth of human behavior. Subscribe to this lab if you are ready to stop watching and start living your own narrative. The screen is going dark now, but your eyes are finally open. Use the silence of the night to build your own empire. The game is over for them, but your life has just begun. Get to work and do not look back. The stadium is empty, and the silence is yours to fill with greatness. Do not waste another second of your finite existence. Your time is the only currency that matters, and you have just stopped wasting it on a lie. Go and become the person the crowd would cheer for if they were not so busy cheering for strangers. The laboratory is closed. The street is waiting. The world belongs to the ones who do not watch. It belongs to the ones who do. Start doing, now.